Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore. That's my guy, Charles Jackson. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. Going on a cruise this Friday, so I'm pretty excited about that. We going to
Yes,
the Bahamas.
sir. Yes, sir. We are gonna have a little hiatus of a vacation, so we will not be live next week. I will only be live unless some breaking news happens, but I will be chilling, minding my business. Charles will be having a time of his life on the cruise. So this is our last episode for 2 weeks. We'll be back. We definitely gonna be back. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe to all the videos on our TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages. And shout out to y'all. Last week was our first 100 view stream. It was 117 views last time I talked. Shout out to Charles for honestly, he was saying how it was 10 people in the chat at one point. I couldn't see the chat because I was reading off the names. But shout out to Charles and all that. Shout out to y'all for being in the chat, just talking, reacting. So that's all. Like, that was just so good because I was like, man, after we got off the pod, I said, wow, this already had 43 views. I was like, that usually doesn't happen. So I was like, this could honestly hit 100. I was like, this could be high. Lord behold, it did hit high. So I was like, that's what I'm talking about, man. We only getting better and better, and there's no stopping here. But real quick before I start, did you see the news how they're basically gonna we kind of talked about it. Devin Booker is going to be the point guard, a full-time point guard for the Phoenix Suns
Yeah.
now. Are you messing with that? Like, you like that idea?
I mean, it makes the most sense. Because he's the one that's been playing point guard duties for the last couple of years. So it just makes more sense for him to run point than anybody else on that team. I wish they would have when they got them a point guard, a real point guard though for sure. But me personally, I think it low key takes away from who Devin Booker is. I think Devin Booker is at his best when he's a scorer, not when he's a facilitator trying to be a scorer. I think he should be a scorer first, then a facilitator. I think he's more effective and more dangerous like that. But we gotta wait and see how it goes.
Then it was the same dude that reported Jalen Green was gonna handle the ball. I think they're just gonna do the same thing like last year when they had Bradley Beal. They both handle the ball. No one's, the point guard. It's just gonna be position name, but they're both gonna handle the point
Mm,
guard duties. Hey, man, I'll make another bet with you.
what?
J- Jalen Green averaged at least 5, 6 assists by the end of the season.
No, I could see him averaging 5. I'm not taking it. I could definitely see him because I was
Oh,
I was just gonna say his assist. His assist definitely gonna go up. His assist
this might be good for
definitely
Jalen
going.
Green, bro. This might be good. And then he said he go bring that winning culture from Houston over there to Phoenix. I was like,
Bro, you was only successful for 1 year, bro. Chill.
No, 2 years, 2 years. I would say two. I say 2 years. I say two. The first year with Udoka, I give him two. I give him that
Yeah.
first year. And then I saw somebody on what's that app? I can't think of it right now, but it had the starting lineup of Jalen, Devin, Dylan Brooks, and then they had Mark Williams and Malawar starting. Could you see both of them starting?
Nah, no. No, they both can't start, bro. Because Malawash doesn't shoot that well. Mark Williams, he can shoot a little bit too, but he doesn't shoot really that well. You're gonna need floor spacing out there because you're gonna get the paint clogged up. Jalen Green, he can shoot, but he likes to attack and go downhill. And Book likes to shoot mid ranges. So if you got them two bigs there, that's cluttering up the hole, cluttering up the paint. So Ryan Dunn has to start, bro. He has to start.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But Devin Booker as the point guard, he showed that he can handle the ball. I don't think he's like a Chris Paul type of point guard, but he
Hmm.
showed he can pass, he can handle the ball. But it's like we just know Devin Booker as like the scorer, and the same with Jalen Green. So I don't know how it works. And like I think you said it like last week or a couple of weeks ago, like how is the offense gonna run with a new coach? Like this is the fourth new coach for the Suns, like in 4 years technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 years. Just the fourth new coach. So how is this system gonna run with basically two non-point guards handling the ball? So it's just gonna be, it's something to see. But I told you, I like what Phoenix has done. I think they're gonna be bad, but they're gonna be fighting like you said last week. They're gonna be scrappy. They're gonna be fighting hard. They're not gonna be a free W coupon. That's what you said last week, and I totally agree with you. But let's get it started with one of the main things that happened after we left the pod last week. Damian Lillard returns to the Portland Trailblazers after basically ring chasing with the Bucks. He tore his Achilles. Prayers up for him. He's going back to the Portland Trailblazers where it all began. What is your reaction to Damian Lillard going back to the Portland Trailblazers?
Well, me personally, like I didn't understand the move. One because I thought Dame wanted to win the ring before he retired. And then two, I want Dame to win the ring. So like you going back to Portland, that doesn't help you and give you a better chance at winning a ring. I thought that he should have went to a contender. But I'm not mad at it. Because I understand why he had his best years in Portland. Even though he averaged like 24, 25 with the Bucks, Dame didn't look the same. Um, even after that year, that second year in Milwaukee, he still didn't look like the normal Dame that we're accustomed to. Um, but yeah, like I'm not mad at him. He had his best years in Portland. He's happy in Portland. His family's there. So I think, then he's getting older. So he doesn't have, especially with an Achilles tear like that, it's gonna take time for him to come back. He just wanna be around the people that he loves and an organization that treated him like royalty. So, like I said, he ain't got that many years left in him too. So it's like why not just finish my career out in Portland? So I ain't mad at him.
Not at that phone call. You was like, why? You basically said, why did he do that? That's what you said. Now, maybe you changed your mind since then. That was a week ago, but that was like, man, why did he
Yeah,
do
bro. Yeah, because I
that?
wanted him to win the ring, bro. I want Dame. I fuck with Dame heavy, bro. So it's like I want Dame to at least get the ring. I don't want him to be like Chris Paul, you know what I mean, and not get a ring before Chris Paul has a chance this year. But I don't want him to not leave the NBA without getting a ring, bro. And then on top of that, like I know he doesn't want a ring chase or go to a stacked team, but you could at least went to a team that was competitive. You know what I mean? So, but
I mean, like I said, I feel like he wanted to, like you said, he wanted to go back to Portland where his family is. I think that's where all his family is. His kids is there. I don't know about wife. That ain't none of my business. But mom and dad are probably there. He just want to be closer to his family, and that's understandable. And I think he's okay with, maybe just getting a ring. It doesn't define my legacy because we just talked about it last week. Dame was that number 60 whatever on the top 100 list, a top 75 player of all time. And I think that's perfectly fine. He's one of the best guards, honestly, of this generation. People say if Steph Curry didn't exist, probably be the best shooter in the league. I'm just saying that I don't think so. But hey, some people might say that. He's one of the best guards of our generation, one of the best deep shooters of our generation, and he's just a good point guard. He's had a good career. I'm looking at it, he's a career 25 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 37 from the 3, 43 from the field. That's really good. Dame is probably going to go to the Hall of Fame because all the great years he had in Portland. Milwaukee, it just didn't work out. He tried to do it. It didn't work. He never wanted to go there. He wanted to go to Miami. They weren't trying to give up. No, they didn't want Tyler Hero. And it was like, we're not going to trade with you, Miami. So the Milwaukee Bucks came into play. They traded for him. It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. They tried. Kind of a failure. You said that last time. It was a failure. And he's back at Portland. Now, I will say this. Remember, you was all on Portland early in the year. You said they played better than all that. Could we not say the year after they could potentially might be a playoff team if Dame comes back decent? Could they? Or at least a play-in team? Could they be that?
Play-in for sure. Play-in for sure. I don't think they'll end up being a playoff team though. Play-in for sure though. But if he didn't go back to Portland, where would you have liked to see them go?
I told you Boston. I would have liked to see him, or I think you brought it up, Minnesota. I would have liked Minnesota a lot. I would have liked Boston or Minnesota. That's the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Minnesota. Minnesota, him, Ant, Julius, and Rudy, and Jaden. That's pretty nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
And they gave him actually a decent contract. I knew it was gonna be like 14 million. I said that. I was like, they're gonna give him probably 13 to 15 million a year. That's what they gave him. That's decent to nothing, and he's getting the money from the Bucks. That's decent. Now, again, we talked about it a lot. This is the make or break year for Scoot now. So I feel like Scoot, this is your opportunity. Now, next year, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're, because Dame, I think we figure if Dame just comes back decent, he's probably going to start.
Yeah, for sure.
So for Scoot, this is it. You have to show them why they should keep you. You really have to show it. And I don't know what this means. Like, I still don't like Dame going there. It's gonna hurt. Like, we talked about it last week, but this is really gonna hurt him now. Now, if I'm Scoot, do you look over your shoulder like, man, if I don't perform, they got Dame back now? Like,
yeah, for sure. Because like his rookie year, he was averaging 14. Then he went down to 12. And then he still averaged the same assists and rebounds. His shooting got a little bit better, but not really. He shot 32% his rookie year. He shot 35% last year. But he was more efficient last year, but it still wasn't what we expected. Like when Scoot was coming out, they were saying that he might be better than Wemby. He might be the best prospect in this draft class. And he has yet to show it. So, like you said, this is definitely a make or break year for him. He has to at least average, in my opinion, he has to at least average like 16 to 17 and shoot like 37 from the three. Like we have to see a significant improvement in your jump shot and your decision making. So
you think he could do that? Do you believe he can do that? Like, would you put some money on it that he can give me 17 points this year?
Because he's athletic. He can finish around the rim. He likes the mid range. He has a nice little floater. He can get to anywhere he wants on the court. It's just his shooting. He has to shoot better. So hopefully he worked on his jump shot this offseason, and he can up that 3-point percentage.
So when Dame comes back, what do you project him to do? Like, is he the automatic best player? Like, do you expect him, Dame, when he comes back the next year? Is he going to be dropping? I'm gonna just say 22 points per game, 23.
Yeah,
do you expect that from him?
Yeah, Dame's still gonna give you 20s. I don't think it's gonna be the 25 or 26 or nothing like that. But his first year back, they say it usually take about 2 years to come back from Achilles. But Dame's older. I think Dame's
35.
Yeah, he's 35. He turns 36. No, he just turned 35. So yeah, he's on the older side. So I mean, I still expect him to drop like 20, 22 because he's a great shooter. But is he gonna be the best player on that team? Depending on how Shaedon Sharpe comes out this next year. If Shaedon Sharpe is still the same, I'm damn near still, Dame is still the best player on that roster.
Don't sleep on Denny.
Oh no, Denny is cold. I like Denny. I feel like they gave up on him too early in Washington.
The Wizards.
If I was Washington, I would have kept him.
Low key though, the Blazers, they got a lot of young talent. I give them their credit. They got a lot of young talent. I still don't know what they're gonna do with Yang Hassan. I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
He nice. He nice. He better than I thought he was. Low key, yeah. I can see it. I'm not mad at the nickname. He low key. He has a lot of talent. The only thing is he gonna be? That was summer league. Are you gonna be able to compete with the actual starters and backups in the NBA?
You think he can eventually start over like Klingon, or could they put them both potentially in the future? Maybe in like a couple of years.
It depends on how he shoots it from three. If he shoots it well from three, then I could see Chauncey trying to run a big lineup like that. Because then you could have Dame, Shaedon, Danny, Hassan. What's the dude's name again?
Yang Hassan.
You could have him at the 4 and then Klingon at the 5.
That's interesting. But Dame, overall, though, I'm happy for Dame. I'm glad he won't win a ring, and it sucks. He's gonna be one of those players. He's gonna be up there with the Melos, the Charles Barkley. He's gonna be up there with the great players that just never won, the AIs. He's gonna be up there. it happens, but he chose family over a ring. And I think it comes to play like, bro, a ring don't define me. I know I'm great. I just didn't win. And it sucks that, a lot of people probably wanted him to win in Milwaukee, but it just felt like him leaving Portland. It just was I don't think he really wanted to leave. Because I think it was a
Yeah,
report that his agent not forced him to go to Milwaukee, but basically
convinced
like,
him.
yeah, convinced him like, hey man, this is a great
Hmm.
opportunity. And he didn't want to go. I don't think he really wanted to go there. I think he rather would have just stayed in Portland if he didn't want to go to Miami.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, but good job for Dame. You got some bread to do nothing, man. Like, congratulations to him. But let's move on, man. Let's move on to another guy that's returned to another team. Chris Paul is returning to the Los Angeles Clippers. He played for the Clippers for like, I think 5 years or 6 years for them. One of
6.
the 6 years for the Clippers, one of the best Clippers players ever. They said this is going to be his last year in the NBA. And, he wanted to go back home to where his family is. And I have no problem with that. But what is your reaction to Chris Paul returning to the Los Angeles Clippers?
Hey man, like I said, the Clippers have been my dark horse team last year. They're gonna be my dark horse team again. Chris Paul going there, I think that was a good move for them because now you got a point guard to run that second unit, and then if you want, you could put him at the closing lineup. Could be him, James, Brad, Kawhi, and then Zubac. Or if you want to go real small ball, John Collins. Um, so I like it. I like it. Chris Paul is a great leader. Every team he goes to, he makes them better. I think him going to the Clippers, he's going to bring that leadership and make sure. So on top of that, since this is his last year, he's going to make sure everybody's on the same page. He's going to make sure everybody knows their roles. Everybody does what they need to do. And like we know, Chris Paul's a second coach out there. So I think it's gonna be really good for the Clippers. I think him going there was a really good move for them.
Do you? So, because I was thinking, I was like, Chris Paul is a better point guard than Chris Dunn. But is Chris
Hmm.
Paul right now better than Chris Dunn? Because I
I'll
don't
say
think
he's
so.
more impactful. I think he's more impactful than Chris Dunn.
Even though Chris Dunn brings the defense, he brings that
Yeah,
defense.
but Chris Paul is a leader. He's a leader. We can't say every team that Chris Dunn's been to, he's made
Chris
them
Paul.
better.
Chris Paul.
No,
Oh,
I'm
Chris
saying,
Dunn.
yeah, Chris Dunn. Yeah, we every team that he's been on, we can't say he made them better. We could say that about Chris Paul. Even with the Spurs, if Wemby didn't get hurt, the Spurs would have been better than what they were. But Wemby got
Well,
hurt, so that changed a lot.
technically, they improved their win total, I think, this past year anyway. And Chris Paul played all 82 games.
So you know what I'm saying. So I think that Chris Paul is a more impactful player than Chris Dunn right now for sure.
Because like, they're an old team. Like, they're just old.
Yeah,
But,
Francisco just said it.
bro, talking about the average age is 45. That's crazy. James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi, John Collins, Zubac. And then you have, I'm honestly would bring Chris Dunn first. Then I think Bogdanovich. Then I think Derrick Jones Jr. And I think Brook Lopez. I think that's like your solidified 9-man rotation. I do. I think I agree with that because I do feel like at least James Harden, Bradley Beal, or Kawhi are always going to be on the court at all times. And then so you have somebody that can handle the ball to at least somewhat make it easier than a Chris Paul. And then it was a report that said Chris Paul probably knows he won't play a lot this year, but I think he's just there for the vibes. This is last year in the NBA. Just wanted to be at home, and I have no problem with it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that he's going back there, and this is his last opportunity to win a ring. This is it.
If anything, G, I can see Ty Lue trying to save him. If he doesn't play a lot, I see that only because Ty Lue is trying to save him for the playoffs. Because he knows he's gonna need Chris Paul in the playoffs. Um, but yeah, it's a good move for them. It's a good move for them.
No more excuses. I know that. I
Yeah,
know
no, for
that.
sure.
No
The only,
excuses.
the only thing that's gonna stop them now is literally health. Because like you said, like Francisco said, the average age is 45, bro. So they all up in age. So if Kawhi goes down, or if Brad goes down, or if Chris Paul goes down, or James Harden, or any one of those older guys go down, it can fuck up the whole thing. It can mess up the whole thing.
If Kawhi goes down, it's a wrap. They ain't winning nothing. They ain't winning nothing. But Kawhi Leonard is he's a superstar that gets no slack, bro. He doesn't get no slack whatsoever. They don't crucify Kawhi. I don't know if it's because he don't be talking, but they don't crucify him at all. Bro, they still crucifying LeBron at 41. And Kawhi don't get nothing, bro. Like, Kawhi Leonard, I keep seeing people say that Kawhi Leonard played like, they say, you don't think he played bad. They just don't think he played like to his standards. But when I looked at the stats wise, I think Kawhi Leonard and overall, I think he played pretty decent. I don't think he played great in that series against the Nuggets, but I think he played decent. But they crucified him. They crucified James Harden, rightfully so. But they don't crucify Kawhi Leonard for some apparent reason. They only crucified James Harden. And there's no more excuses. You basically got an old super team. If we're being honest, this is an old super team. Like, y'all got everybody. Y'all got honestly, bro, if you go down 1 through like 11, y'all probably got the best.
They stack.
They stack. Like, bro, Bogard, Chris Paul, Chris Dunn, Nicholas Batum, Derrick Jones Jr., Brook Lopez. That's your bench. And no more excuses, bro. They have to the Clippers have to at least get to the Western Conference Finals. If they can get to the Western Conference Finals, if they win, hooray. If they lose, but if it's a competitive series, like if they lose, it's like 6 competitive or 7 competitive, I'll say that's a successful season. I give them that. It's a successful season. But, man, y'all got to make that Western Conference Finals. Because a lot of people had y'all being
Western Conference a bust.
Because a lot of people had y'all a lot of people had them beating Denver. They lost. It is what it is. But now with this team, y'all gotta win. No more excuses for Kawhi. No more excuses. Hey, I saw that they're trying to save their money to go get Giannis in 27.
The Clippers?
Yes. They trying to go get Giannis. I don't know if they can get him, but just with the Clippers in total, man, this is a really good move for Chris Paul. I like it. Like I said, I think the Clippers are off-season winner. They are definitely winners of like the offseason. They have made moves to improve their team. I like what they're doing. They just got to show me now, man. But until James Harden prove me otherwise, I'm gonna say he gonna still choke. Now, if he don't choke, you can come up here, you can say everything. You can be like, I told you so. I told you James Harden wasn't gonna choke. I see it to believe it. I gotta see it to believe it. Now you believe it, that's on you, brother. That's on you, brother. But I think I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen James Harden choke, and he just has. But Clippers, man. So with the Chris Paul edition, where do you put them now? In the West,
I think they top 4 in the West. If everyone can stay healthy, I definitely think they're top 4 in the West. I still got OKC in there. Houston's in there. And then I'll probably put Denver in there and then them. And that's not in any order. That's just those are the top 4 teams I think are in the West. They definitely top 4 teams.
If it was the Clippers and it was the first round, who would you rather face, Houston or Denver?
Denver. I'd rather face Denver because we seen what it looked like last year. Zubac did a really good job on Jokic. Although Michael Porter Jr. played, and they got Cam Johnson now. I think that the Clippers have enough depth, enough defense to combat all that. And then now you got Brad Beal, who can replace who's better than Norman Powell. So I think if I had to choose, I would say the Nuggets.
If I was Nuggets or Rockets, is it crazy to say the Rockets? Because it's like, who else can I trust on that team? Because if we figure that the Clippers have like at least a better offense this year, who else on that team outside of Kevin Durant could go band for band?
I mean, Fred ain't no superstar or nothing like that, but Fred can go get you some buckets. If a man takes that next step with his jump shot, Um, yeah, but outside of KD, that's really your scoring threat right there, KD.
If we got James, Bradley, Kawhi, we got Kevin Durant. That means offensively, man, we gotta pray. Like you said, a man takes the next step offensively. Sengun probably takes a leap offensively. Fred is good, but it's like we hope he could take a leap, not a leap, but like just a better offensive player. Because I mean, he showed it in the playoffs against the Warriors, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like, can he go band for band with like say James Harden? Because Kawhi and KD they kind of cancel each other out, but can he go band for band with a James Harden or Bradley Beal? Can he go band for band for one of them? Can a man go band for band with any of them? I don't know. I
I
really
mean,
don't
locking
know.
one of them up. He locking one of them up. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
I don't know who.
when they showed them clips with him like against Steph Curry, he had Steph in hell. I ain't gonna lie. He had Steph in
And
hell.
it's easier to guard Bradley Beal and James Harden and stuff.
Hey man, but the Clippers, I would put them fourth. I would put OKC one. You got to give them their credit. You got to give them respect. I honestly think they're probably not better than Rockets. I think they're like that tier, but I wouldn't put them over there in the Nuggets. The Nuggets because they got the best player. Like they just got the best player in the world, and
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't put them over them. But shout out to the Clippers. They've been making moves. Let's move on. Let's move on to Marcus Smart signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. He takes a buyout from the Wizards, signed with the Lakers to team up with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. I feel like that was a little shocker. But what is your take on Marcus Smart to the Lakers?
Um, well, they said that Luca recruited him. I seen it. It was like Marcus Smart was like Luca called my agent, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Luca reached out and wants to talk to you." He was like, he thought it was a joke at first, but then he seen that Luca reached out again. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna go play with him or whatever like that. But I understand the Lakers getting Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is a 3-and-D, um, and that's what they were looking for, defense and threes. But the only thing is, I feel like Marcus Smart has low key lost a step, and then he's not. He can get hot, but he's not that great of a shooter. Like his best year shooting from three was in the 2018-2019 season. He shot like no, it was matter of fact. Well, I don't really count last year. He only played 15 games, but other than that, it was that 2018-2019 year. He shot 36% from three. But Marcus Smart's a year older. I think he's what? He's
Marcus Smart, oh,
31. Yeah, he's like 31. And he's had hella injuries. And it looked like when I was watching him play in Washington, it looked like he lost a step. If I'm being honest, I don't know if that's because he's just coming back off injury. But to me, it looked like he's lost a step. He's not the same. He doesn't have the same athleticism that he once had. But he's still a good defender. Um, I felt like they could have got somebody a little bit better. If I'm being honest, I feel like they could have got a better 3-and-D. But we gotta see how it works. Luca wanted him, so Luca
you think
must
he
have seen
starts?
something in him.
Would you start him?
So what did it be? It'd be him, Luca,
Luca,
Austin
Reeves,
Reeves, Brian,
Aiden.
and then and Aiden.
Yeah.
Oof, oof.
I'm thinking about starting him.
Marcus, but he's not the biggest. I mean, granted, he plays bigger than he's 6'3", 220, but he plays bigger than that. Because you do need defense in that starting lineup. Because Aiden isn't a lockdown big. Brown is 40. Luca plays no
Rui,
defense.
Austin Reeves don't play no defense, and Rui ain't the greatest defender.
Yeah. Ugh. Like you said, you might have to. You might have to.
Of course, bro, DFS. Of course. Of course, DFS. I would rather have DFS over like probably a Mark. If DFS was there, Marcus Smart wouldn't be there. Like that's just I feel like that's just facts. But honestly, with the Marcus Smart move, I think it's decent. Is his needle mover?
No.
I wouldn't say it's needle mover, but I feel like it's just better than what we have. Like Gabe Vincent is Gabe Vincent. Y'all, you in Francisco say NPC. Jackson Hayes off the bench. Whatever. Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt honestly could be like a starter, but his offense is bad. It's just facts. His offense is bad. Bronny is still a project. And then who else? Who else? Oh, Jake LaRavia. You know, it is what it is. But I feel like it's better than what we have. Like when we just need a legit POA, he's our best POA defender. And like you said, you know, he lost a step with injury. Hey man, when you go to win a team, them injuries kind of go away. I'm just saying, them injuries go away. But I mean, I think it's a decent move. Like you said, Luka wanted him. He saw, hey, we could get him. Let's see if we could get Marcus Smart. I wish he probably could have stayed over there with the Wizards, but I think he just wanted a chance to get some legit playing time and probably start. I think that's what it really was. And now he's gonna
actually play for something.
Yeah, to play for something. Because in the Wizards, you ain't playing for nothing, bro. You're gonna go to the Lakers. Go ahead.
And then then he got traded the year before, you know, the Celtics won. So he like, if I was there, I could have helped win. So, you know, I think he's still kind of pissed about that. And he want to get a ring before he get up out of there.
Man, I told you, man. I would have did Wiggins. I would have did it. I would have made that trade, Rui, Dalton Connect for Wiggins. I would have did it. I know you
especially
like
how Dalton Connect looked. Hey, in the summer league, he looked butt.
Did you see that report? They said that they don't even view Dalton Connect as like a first round pick no more. Like, you know, hey, we're trading for a first round pick. They don't even view him as that. And they said that's because of his summer league play. He played bad.
Yeah, he played
really played better than him.
Mm-hmm. And what's that Swingler or something like that? He what's that what the white boy that can shoot on that? He was 31. Yeah, he was 31. I think it's Swingler or something like that. That's his name. He was shooting better than Dalton Connect, bro.
Would you trade Dalton Connect now, or you still got faith in him?
I mean, I still have faith in him. I still got, because it is summer league. He was the best player on that roster, so you know they was doubling him. They was sending blitz at him, so they was trying to take him out the offense every single game. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he starts the season how he plays how he played in summer league, yeah, I don't believe anymore.
Luka, Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, LeBron, DeAndre Ayton. I mean,
that's nasty work. That's nasty work.
I just don't know.
Ain't no defense besides him.
Like, we got the offense. I think the offense is going to be fine. I think the Lakers can have potentially maybe top 10 offense. I wouldn't be shocked if it was top 10. It's just the defense is what worries me about them. That's what I'm worried about. Especially when like Marcus Smart, we ain't asking you to score. Like, we just need you to play defense. You're our best perimeter defender, honestly. When we have to put out Jake LaRavia, we have Austin Reeves, we have Luka Doncic. Like, we have those guys. They just don't play defense. And LeBron is 40. It's Rui. DeAndre Ayton ain't this great defender. But we just need defense. That's the problem. And with the Lakers, where would you rank the Lakers? Like, where would you put them at in the standings in the West?
In the West, I still think they're a top 16, but I'm more so leaning 6. But yeah, they're a top 16, either 5 or 6, because you know they saw one of their needs, which was a big, but they still have no bench.
You don't like Jake LaRavia? Bronny?
No. Bronny cool, but like you said, he's still a project. And we still have to see how he plays this year. You know, he played good against summer league against those guys, but how are you gonna do against real NBA not saying that they're not real NBA competition, but against starters and bench level players in the NBA.
Number 7 to AFC with 45 wins right here. They playing? They a playing team? The Lakers?
So who you got better than them, Francesco? what other two teams that you got better than them? Because clearly the Rockets, the Nuggets, OKC, and Denver. No,
Minnesota.
I think I said no. And Minnesota.
You think Minnesota?
Would you put Minnesota above them? I put them in the same tier as Minnesota. To be honest, I think they're a little bit better than Minnesota though.
I'm looking right now. Depending on what you think of Golden State. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I look at Golden State, they're not a good team. I'm sorry. I've looked back now, and when you look at that roster, that's not a good team.
Besides the top three, Draymond, Steph, and Jimmy.
That's not a good team. And they still don't have a big. They still waiting on old Horford.
unless they figure out what to do with Kuminga, a trade. That's the only thing I can think of.
They talking about something. They wanna basically sign him so then they can trade him later on. But he said he don't want to go back there. And I don't blame him. I don't want to go back there.
And he won his money. He won his money too. They're not gonna give him what he asked for.
He ain't worth 30. I'm sorry. He's not worth it. I ain't paying you 30 mil, bro. It ain't gonna happen. You might not get that. I think the most Kuminga could get is probably 25. But you ain't getting 30 plus. It's just not gonna happen. Wolves and Mavs above and on pair with Golden State and the Spurs. I ain't gonna lie. The Lakers might be better than the Spurs. I like the Spurs. I think they're gonna be a better team. I think they're better than the Spurs. Unless you think Wemby just takes this overly leap. And De'Aaron Fox is really good. Devin Vassell is good. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, my bad. Dylan Harper takes this leap. I give you that. But I think the Lakers are better than they're better than the Spurs.
And now the Mavs, like I think the Mavs can get a top 6 seed if AD stays healthy the whole year. But the Wolves, I'm kind of up in the air about the Wolves. Like they did make it to the Western Conference Finals, so you can't take that away from them. But and it's another year with Julius Randle, so their team chemistry and their offense is only going to get better. But for some reason, I really don't believe in the Wolves. I think they might take a step back this year.
We said that last year, and they were still good. It was still a good team. They just wasn't like how they was. But I feel like they still got like the Timberwolves. They still got a good team. Like I know they lost Nikhil, but like Dante, Nas. This is just the bench. Dante, Nas, Terrence Shannon is gonna play, and you played with the man, so you know how he is, bro. He looks ready. Like he looks ready for the NBA. I saw somebody say, man, he could probably start on a lot of teams. He could probably start. I mean, I don't think that's a crazy like answer that he could start on some teams. But I feel like Summer League, he didn't need to be in Summer League. But he was good and he could probably start.
I feel like they had him in Summer League only because he didn't get that much run last year. So it's like, all right, we're gonna give you a couple of games in Summer League, see how you play. And then, we're going to shut you down. I mean, but I think he played like 3 games, maybe 2. He played amazing. After that first game, I would have shut him down, to be honest. Because he dropped like, damn near 30 that first game. What was it, second game? It was one of them games.
And then you have Rob. I don't know what Rob is. I don't know. But I think he's going to be better. Like, they have a good team. Like, I think the Timberwolves could be at least, I think they're 5th seed.
They won 49 games last year.
It's pretty good.
They do the same thing?
Yeah. I think they can do it. I think they can win probably high 40s. I could see them sneaking to 50. They're like one of the best defenses in the league. You got in another year. Jaden McDaniels, I always talk about his offensive league. Julius Randle in year 2 with this team. They got a really good team. It's just, can Rob take the position from Mike Conley? Can he do it? Because Mike Conley, bro, he showed it.
I don't think not yet. I don't think that Rob this. I think they want somebody out there to run the offense and not make as many mistakes. And I feel like Rob, no, he's good. He's talented. I'm not taking that away from him, but he's gonna make more mistakes than Mike Conley would. Mike Conley is gonna take care of the ball. I think Rob is if he was to start, Rob would average around like 2, maybe 3 turnovers a game. And that's not Mike Conley. Mike Conley is not gonna turn the ball over. He's gonna run that offense and run it well. So I don't think they're gonna start him.
I like what Minnesota did. I like them. The Lakers, like I said, the Lakers, they're making moves. I think they're doing all they can. Hey, look, man, LeBron. A lot of people are bad. If anybody goes to the video, LeBron James, people kept saying that I was tweaking while LeBron James opted in and all that. Look, man, I'm gonna say it again. LeBron James hurt the Lakers. He hurt the Lakers by opting in. If LeBron James didn't have $50 million, I don't think he would have opted in. I think he would have tested free agency. And then there was a report saying that he was looking at the Mavericks. You said that. You kept saying the Mavericks. He was looking at them, but they were saying he couldn't leave $50 million on the table. I don't blame him. I didn't leave 50 on the table either.
Bro, the man's a billionaire already. That 50 million is chump change, dog.
Okay, so if you're a billionaire and you see $5 on the ground, you just gonna leave it there? You ain't gonna pick it up?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying LeBron, he could have took a pay cut to either help the Lakers or he could have took a pay cut to go to the Mavs or whatever the case may be. Regardless, he could have took a pay cut, bro. He didn't need that 50 mil, bro. You already got endorsement deals. You already a billionaire. You got all these other investment tools. Like, you didn't need that 50 mil.
Look, bro, I gotta say, I don't blame him. But if you say you wanted to build a championship team, you would have taken a pay cut. You would have opted outside a little lesser deal, and y'all could have helped the Lakers. Y'all could have did that. He chose not to. And then if you really thought y'all could win, you would have just went to the Mavericks. Because like you said, if Kyrie, whenever he comes back with Anthony Davis, he already has a connection with, bro, that's a title contender right there. And then it's not like you got to trade. You just add him on there. You just add him.
And if we being honest, Kyrie could have took his time back now because now you're allowing LeBron to play point. And Kyrie could have took his time back.
They're going to do what they did to D'Lo, sign and trade.
I think you're talking about Kuminga.
He's not allowed to take a pay cut from the Lakers. He would have to leave. He could have. He just chose not to. Help the Lakers. We here to make money, not the Lakers.
Nah, you ain't helping the Lakers. You helping yourself. You said you wanted to get a ring before you got up out of there, or you want to win at least one more ring before you get up out of there. So you helping yourself. You ain't helping the Lakers.
So
he should have just took that pay cut out.
What would, if you was LeBron, what would been like? What you think he worth? Taking up because he's not worth. I don't think he's worth 50. I think that's a lot. But I would say about me, at least for me, I say at least 35, 40.
I was gonna say in the 30s. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind giving LeBron somewhere in the 30s. If he wanted to take a pay cut, I would have gave him 30 for sure.
And then they said they sold. Somebody said the Lakers sold. They said they sold the Lakers for $10 billion. You think they were gonna sell the Lakers for $10 billion, trade LeBron James? That wasn't gonna happen. But like they said they would rather get rid of LeBron James, bro. We gotta move on. We're in the Luka Doncic era. We talked about it last week. We are in the Luka Doncic era. LeBron is the add-on. I'm sorry, it sucks to say that, but he's the add-on. He's the second best player.
To be honest, I think he ain't take that pay cut because, like, since he's been in Los Angeles, they haven't really listened to him. You know what I mean? LeBron, there's report. We don't know for sure, but it's reports that the GM, and they didn't let him be the GM. The Rob Pelinka said, I'm gonna run it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. You just sit back and relax. And I don't think LeBron like that. So it's one of those things where, are y'all not gonna let me do what I need to do for us to win? All right, I'm not taking no pay cut. Y'all gonna give me everything I'm worth.
But remember when we was talking about like the Westbrook trade? If you're Rob Pelinka and you basically, it's like you're LeBron, you're our star player at that time. So obviously we're gonna like have your input. If LeBron tells me, hey man, we need to go get Westbrook, because if I get if I need to take a break or AD needs to take a break, we have another star. Westbrook at that time was still like a star. We need another star player on the court. But if you're Rob Pelinka and you see it and it didn't work, if I'm Rob, why would I listen to you again? Why would I?
Yeah. Hey,
Because
has
we just
Westbrook signed with a team yet?
he hasn't.
Mm,
You think he should go back to OKC for the vibes?
no, no, no. They
Hey
already got
Shay,
too many bodies over there.
hey Shay said he told him after they eliminate them, he said come back to OKC so I can help you win a ring.
He said that for real?
He did say that.
Oh, damn.
He told him that for real. But when I was thinking, I was like, he would play, but it's like, do they don't even need him. They don't
No,
need
they
him.
don't. They got too many bodies over there. They
If
don't
I'm
need him.
Westbrook, I'd rather go back to Denver. I think he might be over. I don't know. I think he might because there was a lot of stuff they was talking about him over there. So I don't know if I go back to Denver, but I think that's a good choice. I think Denver is like a good choice. So, but with the Lakers overall, we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see what they do. Let me see. The LeBron sells tickets. He's worth more than 50. He sells tickets. That ain't the problem. It's just the problem is that he's not helping the Lakers he's not helping them build a championship team. I think right now, as we speak, the Lakers are technically not a championship team. I would not pick them to go to the finals. Like, I mean, if I want to be biased, that's fine. But if I'm being like legit realistic, I don't think they're better than OKC. I don't think they're better than the Rockets, the Nuggets, or the Clippers. I just don't believe that. And they damn near might not be better than Timberwolves. I just don't believe that at all. I really don't. So he didn't do them no favors. He didn't. But let's move on. Let's move on to which acquisitions will have the biggest impact on their new teams. You want to start or you want me to start?
I can start. Well, I'm gonna go with the Clippers first. I think I couldn't choose between Chris Paul and John Collins. Because with John Collins, there's a forward that they've been needing and looking for the last couple of years. Because I feel like Kawhi's at his best when he's playing the three, not the four. Um, so now they finally get a forward that's a good 3-and-D athletic, can catch lobs from James. Like I said, he can shoot the three ball. Um, he could defend. So John calling in with Chris Paul is because of his leadership. Um, I think people take that for granted how good of a leader. A lot of people say they don't like Chris Paul, but when you're on his team, he's a great leader. He makes everyone better. He makes everybody's job easier. So I couldn't really choose between them two, so I was just gonna go with both of them. I think those acquisitions are gonna have a big impact on that team.
This doesn't go with this is I should have asked this at the Chris Paul segment. When you think of Chris Paul, do you think of him on the Hornets or the Clippers? This is just real quick.
Hornets. I think of them on the
Hornets.
Hornets.
Is it crazy to say I think him on the Clippers?
Nah,
I feel
he
like
has
he
some really
was
good
so
years.
I
He
feel
has
like
some
he
really
was
good
so
years.
great. Like he was really good them years. And those were like his only chances of like getting far. And I think that's why I think of them. But some people say they think of Blake more than Chris Paul and the Clippers.
Cool. Mm.
But a player, you probably have him later. Lonzo.
Yep.
I think Lonzo's impact is gonna help a lot. Like he may not be like the scorer of say a Ty Jerome, but I think he's a better defender than Ty Jerome. I think he's a better passer than Ty Jerome. He's definitely a better defender than Ty Jerome. So I think to bring in the defense, the shooting, I think that's gonna help them a lot. And you said it, and a lot of people have said it. That could potentially get them farther in the playoffs and potentially win a championship with Lonzo now. So I think Lonzo's impact on the Cavs is going to be amazing. I like that pickup by them, especially they didn't give up nothing. I think Lonzo's impact is going to be great because what he can bring on that team.
The next player I got Colin Sexton. I think
Ooh.
Colin Sexton is gonna bring that tenacity, that seriousness, that dog mentality to the Hornets. I'm not saying that the Hornets don't have any dogs over there already, but Colin Sexton, he's gonna make you play. He's gonna make them play defense. He's gonna hold them accountable. I think he's gonna have a big impact on the Hornets.
Yeah, because you like the Hornets, but man, you've been on the tear about the Hornets. Hey, some dude, I think he likes the Hornets. He retweeted our video like a month ago, bro, and he quoted like what you said. He was on the Hornets, bro. It was on Twitter. He did it on Twitter.
Yeah,
Man,
boy,
man,
you remember
man.
when I went on Twitter and I did that whole I added the Hornets to fire Steve Clifford.
You hated Steve
Boy,
Clifford.
I tweeted them like 30 times, bro.
I'm surprised you and Space Spencer didn't with him.
No, no.
With Colin, I like it. Is he gonna change? Like, it? I don't think he's gonna like a culture changer, but is he gonna make a difference over there
I
with
think
them?
so. Because Charles Lee knows that they have to play defense. And Colin Sexton isn't scared of defense. Like he's there, he's gonna be their POA. You know what I mean? Colin Sexton is gonna pick you up 94 feet. Colin Sexton is gonna, even though he's a small guard, he's scrappy. He's not. I'm not saying he's as good of a defender as Davion Mitchell, but they remind me of the same type of player. They're scrappy. They hustle. They play really great defense. So I think Charles Lee is gonna give him a tick because of that.
I mean, God says he's 6 man.
Yeah.
He's six
No. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And him and Trey Man coming off the bench. Hey man, look, the Hornets just won the Summer League championship. You know, that's their first trophy ever, which is kind of sad. But
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
this is the first. But look, I feel like it's definitely a good move because they have a competent guard if LaMelo gets hurt. If he gets hurt again, you have a good guard. Because every time LaMelo got hurt, bro, they be throwing out some BS over there. And it's like you can't replace LaMelo, obviously, but it's like they just don't have nobody else good. But Colin Sexton is good. Colin Sexton, if he starts, he's gonna give you 20. Like he could do that. At least
He could be a star on
16 to
any team.
20. They could. Would it be shocking to you if they say early on they start both of them, bring Knipple
No.
off the bench?
No, I wouldn't be shocked by that because Colin Sexton can shoot the three. He's a really good 3-point shooter. He can shoot it off the dribble. Let me see. Let me see what he averaged. What was his percentage from three? Real
With the
quick.
Jazz? Yeah, he got out of it. Well, I mean, he went to another bad team, but I mean,
On his career average, he's a 38% 3-point shooter. So he can knock the ball. He can knock the three ball down. And he's a really good defender. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they started him next to LaMelo because he
I
can
like
catch
the
and
move.
shoot. So
Another player that I think is gonna make an impact, Norman Powell. We talk about it a
no,
lot. You know, he's always biggest Achilles heel has always been their offense. You always had Tyler Hero as probably your best offensive player on the team. Bam is a decent offensive player, but then after that, you really don't. It was supposed to be Terry Rozier. Man, he going through it over there. But they don't have another offensive player. They do have one in Norman Powell who's a 20-point scorer. Last year, 21 points, 48 from the field, 41% from three. Now he's going to probably be their second best scorer, and that's going to help them. Could Miami be a sneaky team? Probably, but I think they're always going to bring that heat culture, and you're always going to have to you're going to have to fight against that. They're going to be a scrappy team, like how you talked about the what was that team you talked about? Oh, the Suns. You talked about the Suns being
Suns.
scrappy. The Heat gonna be the same way. So like Norman Powell is definitely a boost by them. And they still do have wickets, but Norman Powell, I like the move. I like what they did with that, and I think that's gonna be a big impact on the Heat.
Yeah, like you said, I think Norman Powell, he's gonna have one of the biggest impacts because they're gonna need that scoring. And like you said, he's their second best scorer. Another person that I had, Porzingis. I think Porzingis is gonna have a big impact on the Hawks because he's their second best player. I think they're gonna want Porzingis to be that 20-point per game scorer that he is, and be the Robin to Trae Young's Batman. So I think they're counting on him a lot. He has to be healthy for them to make a decent run in the Eastern Conference.
I think what we talked about it like maybe like a month ago, or at least like a month ago. Do you start him? Because I think that at that time you was like, I think you should start a Kongu. I don't remember. I could be wrong. So do you start him or do you bring him off the bench?
Low key, he is their second best player, so you damn near gonna have to start him. But I don't want to bring a Kongu off the bench. Okongwu did his time. You know what I mean? He's been patient and he deserves to start. You know what I mean? So, but you can't sit Jalen Johnson unless you take Zachariah to the bench.
I can't. Because now that I look at it, I did say I think Nikhil could start, but I think Zachary. I know Zachariah, but Zachary, I think you need that shooting. You do need the shooting. And he was
I
a
mean,
good 3-point shooter last year. He was decent.
if they started to be Trey, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Porzingis, and then Okongwu. Okongwu
That's a
shot
tall
decent
line.
from the three. Yeah, it is. I wonder what did Okongwu shoot from the three last year. I don't. I think I'm not saying. I don't think it was close to 40%. I think he was around like 32, 33. Yeah, he shot 32. He shot 32 from the three last year. I mean, you got and then Jalen Johnson, they can hit threes. But your only knockdown shooters is really Trey and Porzingis if you decide to start Porzingis at the four.
Zachary shot 35 from 3.
So it's
It's
like,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. But I feel like Porzingis needs to start because of that shooting. He's probably damn near their best 3-point shooter besides Trey.
He's a better defender though than Okongwu. I would say that. He's a
Porzingis.
better.
I think he's a better shot blocker. I think Okongwu can switch on the guards better than Porzingis can, and switch on. I think Okongwu can switch 1 through 5. I don't think Porzingis can guard a point guard.
No, I agree though. Like Okongwu, he's done his time. We always believe in him. We think he's good enough to start, but for some reason they never want to start him over Clint Capella. Clint Capella gets hurt. He finally starts, gets like significant starter minutes. He plays. Then they trade for Porzingis. But I feel like with sports politics, Porzingis is trading 30 is he's getting paid like $30 million. I feel like you can't bring a $30 million player off the bench.
Off the
I feel
bench.
like
Yeah,
you have to start him. But there's
but this is
times like
Okongwu's best year.
he was good. I thought he was really
This is his
good.
best year.
Didn't you have him on your fantasy team?
Mm-hmm.
Take that L, brother. Take that L. But now though, Porzingis, I think he's the better shooter, like you said, better shot blocker. I think he just helps with the 5-out offense. But the lineup you said with Trey, Dyson, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, that's a decent lineup. But I think Zachary, I think he needs to start. I think he needs to start. He was decent last year. He showed up late. He came along late last year. But I like the KP. Like I think he is a big acquisition for them. Another guy that I have, Karis LeVert. I think Karis LeVert on the Pistons. I think I think that was really a good pickup. I think that's gonna help them, especially when you lose Dennis Schroeder. Instant bucket off the bench. Could give you close to 20 points. Another ball handler off the bench. He's gonna bring a lot to that Pistons team, man. I know they lost when they lost Dennis Schroeder, and I think you said you wanted him to resign back. But Karis LeVert, he probably better than. Well, I think they in the same team. He'd probably be better than Dennis Schroeder, but Karis LeVert, that was a good signing by them to replace a Dennis Schroeder. So, I like it.
Another player that I got, Bruce Brown. I think Bruce Brown is gonna make a big impact with the Nuggets because I feel like that's what they went and got Westbrook for, to be their Bruce Brown. But yeah, we've seen what Bruce Brown done on the Nuggets before. I think he's gonna have that same impact. They both missed each other. I think he's gonna be a really big acquisition for them.
I definitely had Bruce Brown. I like the Bruce Brown pickup, man. That was a really good pickup. That was a good pickup by them, man. He's gonna definitely could Bruce Brown be like what he did in that finals run? Because he was amazing. He was amazing in the finals run. And I think he's gonna bring that. Hey man, watch out for the Nuggets, man. They're a good team. But another guy that I have, CJ McCollum. The Wizards, they're gonna be a bad team, bro. They're gonna be a bad team. But I think trade for CJ McCollum on that young team. I think he'll bring that veteran leadership, man. He's still a good player. He ain't washing nothing. He still can give you at least 20 points per game. And I think the Wizards are definitely gonna win at least 25 games. And I think just adding the veterans, I think that'll improve them. But just having that leadership type point guard to go with, like, to help Trey Johnson, help Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, and all that. I think that was a great move by the Wizards, man. I think he's gonna prove that team, bro. Sleep on the Wizards, man. They're gonna be better. They can still
Yeah.
be a weak team, but they're better.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because, like you say, he gets to help Bob Carrington, Keyshawn. Keyshawn George he played really well in the summer league. I like how he developed over the summertime. He looked way more confident. It looked like he was way more confident in his jump shot. Like you said, I think CJ McCollum is going to help all those young guys teach them how to actually be a pro and how to conduct themselves and how to actually train and get better every single off season. Another player that I had, Desmond Bane. I think Desmond Bane is going to be a really big acquisition for the Orlando Magic because, like we've been saying for years, they are missing shooting. They were missing a shooter. They have a really good 3-point shooter and their defense. He plays D, so you don't have to worry about that. And then the scoring that he brings. He's a 20-point per game scorer. So this is what the Magic have been needing. This is what they've been missing, and they finally got it.
Man. The Magic. They Magic got a really good team, man. They like you said with the Desmond Bane move. I'm excited to see how they are, bro. Like I think that was a really good move. It was a gutsy move, but I feel like they had to do it. I feel like they had to do it because you see that your core, Apollo, Franz, and Jalen Suggs, they're young, but they're all three are very good. And they just knew they had to make at least one more move to solidify themselves. The only bad thing is you are stuck with this group for the next like 4 years. That is the only downside. But I think this is a good group, a good 4 to stay with. See if y'all can potentially maybe go to an Eastern Conference Finals, especially when the East isn't the best. But I would say another player that I have, I say Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green, look, bro. I know you don't like Jalen Green. That's perfectly fine by me.
You mean Jordan Clarkson?
Nah, bro. See there, this what we not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. We're not. He's not Jordan Clarkson. Bro. He is Jalen Green. We're not gonna do that. Don't be petty, bro. I know this is the last show, but don't be petty. Look, man. Jalen Green. I think the thing is with him, there's no pressure. All the other years, especially when the Rockets were good, you were supposed to be like the guy because you was the number 2 pick. And now that you're on the Suns, you're not the guy. Devin Booker's the guy now. So all that pressure is off you, brother. All you have to do is go out there and just play your game of basketball and just score. And there's no pressure. Like if they were supposed to play, basically like win a title or something, be different. But nobody expects them to win a title. All you have to do is go out there and play your game. So I think having a guy with no pressure on them who is a good scorer, I think he can help the Suns to a degree. Are they gonna be like they was the year before winning 4 some games? No, but I just think he's going to play better because he could play his style of basketball with just no pressure. So I think Jalen Green is gonna make an impact on the Suns. Go hey, say something. Hey.
I was gonna say, what does he average this year?
What is he averaging? Ooh.
Last year he averaged 21. He averaged 21, 3, and 4 last year. And he shot 35 from 3.
I can see Jalen Green giving me like 23, 24. I can see it. I think he can do it. Like, bro, it's like we expected. It's like I ain't gonna use the word bust, but you've been underwhelming because it's like you came out as this great scorer. I know you was you followed him for a minute now, and it's like I don't think we expected you to come in the league and just give me 20, 21 points. You were supposed to be here dropping like 25-ish off rip. You didn't do that. You've only been dropping 21. But now, I think with this new team and with a new culture, I think he can give me 24 points. I think Jalen Green can do what he's supposed to do. Will he though? Yeah, I think he can, but some people like y'all don't believe in him, man. That's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Another player that I got, Cam Whitmore. I think that him going to the Wizards I think that's gonna light a fire because Cam Whitmore plays hard. So I think that doing those practices and being around that team, I think that he's gonna get that team to play harder. I think he's gonna get that team like it's gonna be great for Trey Johnson. It's gonna be great for Bub, Keyshawn, Alex Sarr because he's gonna be on their heels. He doesn't. His motor reminds me of Westbrook. Like he plays hard every single time. And I think that energy is going to rub off on all of them, and um, it's only going to help them, help everyone on that team get better. I think he could low key start.
I think we talked about that. So, Marcus Smart's not there, so that's way more minutes for him. So we go CJ McCollum. Does Bub start? Would you start him?
Well, from what I've seen in Summer League, I think they want Bub to run point guard. So I don't think they're going to start him. I think they're going to let him come off the bench.
Okay. Chris Middleton starts. I think Bilal Coulibaly starts. Now you have an opening. We start Cam Whitmore with Alex Sarr. I mean, that's not the worst. That ain't bad, but it's like
because Cam plays D too. He plays D. So, because Coulibaly probably gonna play the 4.
And he looks so skinny. Cam at the 3. I feel like he be looking so skinny that like, can he really play the 4? But he's kind of tall though.
Yeah, bro. I think he got bigger too. I think he got bigger this offseason. I seen some pictures of him in the offseason. He looked like he got a little bit bigger too. So
how tall is he? He is 6'8".
6'8". Yeah.
But it says ESPN 195.
Nah, he's bigger than that now. He's definitely bigger than that now. Because this is what, second or third? No, this is third year in the league.
Third year.
Because he came in with Victor, right?
Yeah, he came.
Yeah, bro. He's bigger than 195. He probably about 215, 220 now.
And Cam on ESPN 6'7", 230.
Yeah, they probably put Cam at the 3 or the 2. I can see them putting him at the 2 too. But yeah, I would start him though. That's just me personally.
So you like that CJ, Bilal, Chris, Cam, Alex Sarr? You like that starting 5?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna be better than the Hornets. Watch.
Not,
hey, watch, man. Watch. Do it. No, we have better than the Bulls.
The Bulls.
I bet that.
No,
I bet the Wizards be better than the Hornets.
I think they're gonna be around the same.
But you.
They're definitely better than the Bulls. The Bulls are
the Hornets. You talking about the Hornets or the Wizards?
Yeah, the Hornets are definitely gonna be better than the Wizards too. They're gonna be better than the Bulls too.
Bro, you have no faith in the Bulls.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So you think? Whoa, wait. Josh, if they resign him, which we think, Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Montes, Vooch. I guess Patrick Williams. We got to add him, I guess. Patrick Williams. You think that's better than you think? No, you think the Hornets of LaMelo, Brandon, Knipple, Miles, and who they center?
Mason Plumlee.
You think that's better than what the Bulls?
Yep. I do not believe in nothing the Bulls do.
I don't see why not.
Because they make dumb decisions every single time.
So you think the Lonzo trade was dumb? Just trade Lonzo straight up for a Coral?
Yes. Bro, when reports came out that they could have got a first round pick for Lonzo when he was hurt and they didn't do it, that was dumb. You should have done it.
Man, look, bro.
And you gave up Alex Caruso, didn't get nothing back. Dumb.
I mean, so Josh Giddey wasn't decent?
Yeah, Josh Giddey is good, but they could have got more for Alex Caruso. At that time, Alex Caruso was highly sought after.
Bruh, post All-Star break, Josh Giddey was giving you 21, 10, and 9.
Man, look, he's not even on the roster right now. So that's another dumb thing that they did. They ain't even signed them yet.
They're going to sign him.
You should have been signed them.
They're going to – bro, Josh Giddey wants $30 million. He wants $30 million. And they ain't trying to give him 30. I told you that he was going to ask for 30. Bruh, Josh Giddey was giving you 21-10. Bro, Josh Giddey was basically the best rebounder on the team post All-Star break. He was giving you 10 rebounds. That's actually kind of sad. But come on. We got a good player, bro. Like, we got a good player. Like, I know Caruso, I get it. But Josh Giddey, was still decent. I thought it was a win-win.
Then them holding on to Vucevic, dumb.
Okay,
he should have been gone. He should have been gone.
I give you that one. That was
Come on now, bro. They do a lot of dumb shit. I can't believe in this organization until they do something right.
They said they was trying to give they was trying to do a sign and trade, Kuminga to the Bulls, Josh Giddey. I think you said that last time, Josh Giddey to the Warriors.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't be mad at that. They going in the right step with that. Because I like Kuminga. I believe in Kuminga.
But if we get Kuminga, we already have fours. We have Bontes. We just drafted what's his name. Why do we have Patrick Williams? Why do we have all these forwards?
I think they trying to do that. What team is? I think they trying to do what the Hawks did, bro. And everybody is 6'6" and taller.
What would be
they trying to get a real big team?
What would be the starting five if they trade?
If they got Kuminga? I mean, I think Kuminga has the most potential if out of Bozellas and I think it was Noah that we just drafted. His name is Noah.
Yeah.
I think Kuminga has the higher upside than them two, but Kuminga's definitely probably gonna start at the 3. They probably gonna put Bozellas at the 4, and then if we still got Vucevic, he gonna be at the 5. The 2, I mean, if we Kobe White, if we still, or he probably gonna play point.
Trey Jones ain't it. I'm sorry, he's not it.
Nah, he's not. He's not. He's decent. It. He's a good backup. Backup, but a starter.
Actually, Kevin Huerter. Need that 3-point shooting.
So you took a lineup of Kobe White, Kevin Huerter, Kuminga, Bozellas, and Vucevic. That still ain't it. I'm just glad that we got Kuminga because Kuminga got high upside, but that still ain't it.
CJ, biggest Bulls hater.
Yep, and that's my hometown. It's my hometown. Bro, I ain't been a fan of the Bulls since D Rose left, bro.
Hey, I saw some Bulls. I saw some. It was on Twitter. It was like D Rose dunks. I was like, is D Rose best dunk the one when he dunked on Goran Dragic? Is that his best dunk?
Yeah, I think that is because he hit his head. It was chest to chest. It was that was nasty. That was one of his nastiest dunks. Either that or the one was it on Joel Anthony or the folks
they showed that dunk too.
Yeah, that one was pretty nasty.
I thought it was another dunk. I don't think they showed it. I think it was Luol Deng. He threw him a lob, but he jumped high. He caught it with one hand, and he jumped high as hell. Man,
besides Michael Jordan, is he the best Bull ever? Besides Michael Jordan, is he the best Bull ever? Is he the second best Bull ever? Or would you get that to Scotty?
Wait, are we going off just the players? Or are we going off just the biggest impact of Chicago, the Chicago Bulls?
Well, if we're going off impact, he's definitely the second best because he brought hope back to the city. But with just the players.
You probably got to give it to Scott. You probably got to.
But he definitely top 5 for sure. For sure.
Joakim Noah probably.
Yeah, Joakim up there.
Where Boozer at?
He's nowhere to be found.
Boozer was good.
Bro, that man couldn't even keep the man had to spray tan a motherfucking lining on his head, bro.
What they gotta do?
Came, bro, he was washed up by the time he got. They finessed us, bro.
Hold on. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Oh no, brother.
Bro, Pau Gasol was better with us than Carlos Boozer, bro.
Pau was good, but Carlos Boozer was decent.
Bro, that man, decent. Bro, the year before at Utah, he was averaging 20. He came to us average 17, then 15, then 16, 13. That man fell off.
Credit. Was he not playing with 2 different type of point guards? because Darren Woods and D Rose are two different types of point guards. I would say Darren Woods is more of he's going to get you more involved than a Rose. I think we can agree on that.
I mean, if you ask Derrick Rose said he's a traditional point guard. He came on interviews and said that.
And
He
you
said,
believe
but the
that?
Bulls just wanted him to. Yeah, I believe it. He said the Bulls just needed him to score, so that's what he did.
Look, bro, I think Carlos Boozer, like you said, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 15, 8, 16, 9, 13, and 8. I think he played decent. I don't know what we expect. I don't
I
know what
think
you
I'll look
expect.
up Pau Gasol shit.
I thought he played good. I mean, I know it was Rose. Don't get me wrong. But did Boozer not help us get to the conference finals? Did he not?
Pau averaged 17 and 11, 3 assists, and 2 blocks with us, bro.
Pau is better than Boozer.
Bro, Pau was 34, 35 when he came to the Bulls. Boozer was, he was 29 to 32 when he was with us.
But I think Pau was a better player. I think he's still a better player than him.
Yeah, but Pau ass could barely run up and down the court, G. He was that old back then, G. And you got bigger impact than Boozer, bro. We thought Boozer was gonna come there and do the same thing he did in Utah, and he ain't live up to that shit.
Yeah, I think Pau Gasol made an All-Star that year with the Bulls. I think he made an All-Star because I think he was there for 3 years. I think he made an All-Star.
He made it both years.
I knew he made an All-Star. I think Pau was good. He's better than Boozer. He's better. Like, he's a better player, bro. Man, Carlos Boozer was playing with Darren Williams, bro. That is a totally different type of point guard than playing with Derrick Rose, especially a Rose basically at his peak. Like, that's just two different players.
Low-key, that's why we got finesse. Because Darren Williams made him look good, and then when he got to the Bulls, we actually saw the real Carlos Boozer. That man was getting force-fed. That's why he was playing so good with the damn Jazz. Came to us, couldn't do nothing. Bro, it was points where people wanted Taj Gibson to start over him, bro. Because Boozer had no defense. He had none at all.
That's true. I give you that. That's true. Taj Gibson was definitely a better defender at that time. I give you
that. Then he could at least gave us something offensively. All you got from Boozer was straight offense. And barely that sometimes.
To pull up mid-range. He had to pull up mid-range. Come on. Like, I just feel like he played with two different type point guards. And I feel like that, I ain't going to say it hurt him because he still played decent. But it just, like, bro, if Boozer was playing with Chris Paul, I think he could have averaged what he kind of did in Utah. But he goes to Derrick Rose. And then them Bulls teams were good. Like, there was so many good players on them teams. But when you get peak Rose, I mean, but remember, we were supposed to get like Chris Bosh and LeBron, and we were supposed to get all of them.
And this is why the Bulls are dumb. You couldn't even pull off something like that, bro. I think D Wade said it's different stories circulating around, but D Wade came out in the interview and he was saying like it wasn't enough money for all of them because it was supposed to be Melo, Wade, and Bron in Chicago, but they didn't have enough money for all of them. Bro, if I'm Chicago, I'm doing whatever I have to do to get all three of them to pair with Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, bro. I'm doing everything I possibly can, bro. And they let that shit fall through the cracks, bro.
Hey, they would have won, bro. They would have won like 2. At least 2.
Hell yeah.
They would have won.
I think they would have won at least 3 or 4. Bro, you got Derrick Rose and D Wade in the same backcourt. And then you got a young Bron. And then if Melo or Chris Bosh came, you got them paired with Joakim Noah, bro. It would have been no holes in that starting 5. You probably wouldn't have no bench, but it would have been no holes in that starting 5, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I think they would have ran through. They was running through the East, but they would have ran through because the Bulls, the Celtics, don't really like the East comps, like really though. And the Knicks for a couple of years when Melo was there, the Pacers, the Pacers, but they would have ran through those teams. They would have ran through them. Like, I don't think
Derrick
nobody was
Rose,
stopping him.
D-Wade, Bron, Chris Bosh, Melo, and Joe Kim. Huh. Luol, I would have told Luol Deng bye-bye. He would have had to go. Bye-bye.
We wasn't getting Pete Rose though. That wouldn't have happened. It wasn't. It just
That's
wasn't.
cool. That's cool.
We would have got Pete
Chicago would have
Bron.
been winning.
We could have got
Chicago would have been
LeBron though.
winning. Come on now.
LeBron and Rose, they would have been the 1-2 though. Wade probably would have been 3. Melo, I don't know what he gonna do, or Chris Bosh. They would have been 4 though. But we would have had LeBron, Pete Bron in Chicago. I ain't gonna lie. If he would have won, if he would have won 2 rings, they would have made that man a statue. They would have made him.
He still wouldn't have been. They still wouldn't have put him close to Jordan though.
Of course
they
not.
wouldn't did that.
Jordan won 6. Of course not. Of course not. But don't be a hater, bro. Believe. Give them some credit. Believe, brother.
Man,
believe.
until they show me some, I ain't believing in nothing. They ain't showed me shit for the last 6 years, bro. The best thing they did was that Lonzo thing, and Lonzo got hurt, and it went downhill from there.
Everybody remembers the conference finals when Taj Gibson dunked on Wade. After that,
man.
It went downhill since. It went downhill. But honestly, I really don't got no other players, unless you got some.
I got 2 more players. DeAndre Ayton and Kevin Durant. DeAndre Ayton. This is a new scenery for him. He didn't like being in Portland. He has a bad stigma on his name. But now he's in Los Angeles. And we need a big. If he can rebound like he did in Portland, and he can just give us 12 to 15 a night, I think that would be really huge for us because we missed the center, and now we got one. I think that his impact can determine the course of how the Lakers are going to play for the season. If he's playing well, then I feel like the Lakers will be playing well. If he's playing at a high level, I feel like the Lakers can, they could do some damage and make some noise in the playoffs if he's playing at a high level. And then Kevin Durant. Obviously, we've all said it, and we've all know that if they would have had Kevin Durant last year in the playoffs, they probably would have went farther. And they really didn't give up nothing to get KD. They still got that depth. So I think that KD's impact will be really good because now this is his chance to not only boost his legacy and win with the Rockets, but also get these young guys to show them what winning actually looks like. Even though they did win and make the playoffs last year, but it's totally different now that you got Kevin Durant.
James Steele, welcome, brother. I think it's the first time I see you in the chat, but welcome, brother. Bulls need a full reset from top to bottom. Brother, they don't do that. Keep Bulls zealous and blow it up. Bro, look, man. The Bulls, the Chicago Bulls fans will be okay if they just tell us, look, guys,
we're gonna rebuild.
We're gonna rebuild. And it's gonna take a minute, but we're gonna rebuild. I think we're cool with that. But the fact is, we see that y'all need to rebuild, but y'all keep saying, we like to be competitive.
We're gonna be competitive. What the fuck is we doing?
Like, we want to be competitive. We like to be mid or below mid and just make play-in. That's what they've been doing the past 3 years. They just like to be in the play-in. And that's not smart. They should have been blew it up. Bro, I think I ain't gonna lie. I would say, let me see. I say 3 years ago they should have blew it up. No, actually, the year before last year they should have did it. When DeMar was still there.
When DeMar was still there? Okay. Yeah.
Right before he signs with the Kings that year, they should have did it. They should have blew it up. They should have traded Zach LaVine. They should have traded Nikola Vucevic. They probably should have traded DeMar DeRozan. I think they did sign a trade, but didn't really get nothing back. I think they got back their own draft pick. Something like that. I don't know. But they should have did it that year. That's the year they should have blew it up. That's when, especially when you see Lonzo ain't coming back really at no time soon. Really don't know how he is. Yes, you should have blew it up right then and there. They chose not to. They chose to try to be competitive and get smacked.
James, what's up, big dog? I was gonna say I agree. I think that's when exactly when they should have. That year, I would have gave Lonzo 1 year to get healthy. Once they realized Lonzo's gonna be out another year, like you said, they should have blown it up, bro. Cause you wasn't going nowhere. But those only two players that I had.
All right, let's move on. Hey, real quick, did you see the comments by Kyrie Irving? How he was talking about the Nets? Did you see those?
Oh yeah. I seen it. I ain't watched the whole live, but I seen what he said
I
about the Nets.
I ain't watched the live, but I saw like some comments, and he basically said that he commented on like how Kevin Durant said nobody was committed, and how the Nets really didn't want him. They really just wanted Kevin Durant. And he I mean, like he said what he needs to be said about the truth. And I mean, I kind of agree with him. I think they really didn't want him. I think they wanted Kevin Durant. He just tagged along with him. I do
Yeah.
believe that.
He was saying like he couldn't just leave his best friend out to dry like that after his Achilles injury. So he went to Brooklyn with him. He was like if he could redo it, he said he would have took his time and really thought about going to Brooklyn before he did. Because before that he was in Boston, right?
He was in Boston.
Yeah, and he told Boston that he was gonna stay there. I thought he should have stayed with Boston, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Him, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, I think they could have got them a ring. Um, and then he was saying, like, did you see what he said about James Harden? He was like,
What'd he say?
he told Harden, he was like, yeah, bro, we finna go win this championship. And then a day later, he got traded.
But the reason James Harden was doing that because he said Kevin Durant was hurt and Kyrie was not committed.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the truth. And I was just saying this the other day. I wasn't talking to nobody about it, but I was just saying, like, at that time, I think it was at 21, COVID was still around. And in New York, you had to get the vaccine to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand if you didn't want to get the vaccine. I have no problem with that. No, it's your body, your choice. No problem. I really don't care. But when we talk about this basketball stuff, how we talk about how we want to win a championship, everybody has to be committed. Everybody has to be all in. Kyrie just wasn't all in. Like I said, I have no problem with you not taking the vaccine, but you basically said, I don't want to take this, so I'm not all in 100%. Now he could play on the road, but he could play at home. He just wasn't all in, and I don't blame Kevin Durant for saying everybody wasn't committed because it's the truth. It's the truth.
I mean, I feel like Kyrie was committed though. Like just him, even though he didn't. First off, he didn't want to take the vaccine. Like you said, that's his choice. I wouldn't say he wasn't committed though. It's one of the things where it was bigger than basketball. That's something that it's reports that people who've taken that vaccine, like they're not in the best shape health wise, and so it's like I think Kyrie is one of those things where one of those things, like I said, is bigger than basketball. And at the same time, this is a sport that we love, that they love to play. But at the same time, like your health comes first before anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. As on top of that, like you have to have values as well. You can't. Everything isn't. This is a game. You know what I mean? This isn't life or death. That vaccine though was life and death. So like I said, it's bigger than basketball. You can't just let money control you all the time, or because that's really what it was. Because they was finding him on top of that too to try to get him to come back and take the vaccine, and he still wasn't trying to do it. I just feel like in this case it was bigger than basketball. And I felt like they shouldn't even have did him like that, if I'm being honest.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. But my thing is, I get it. Life or death, I understand that part. But I just feel like if we're all in to win a championship, like family comes first. I have your health. Get that. But we love the game of basketball. We have a legit, bro. We have one, and what was that 15 game span of Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden, bro. They had like one of the best offenses ever, and nobody could have stopped them. What did Jeff Teague say? Didn't he say like, man, he thought they was gonna lose that series because everybody was scoring when he was on the Bucks? He thought it was over. So they had a chance, but that was the year before. But I just feel like when we're committed to this one thing, bro, we all have to make sacrifices. Everybody's different, but Andrew Wiggins was against the vaccine, but he took it. He took it to play in California because they did the same thing. California had the same rules. He took the vaccine to potentially win a championship. And I mean, they won the next year. So it's just sometimes you might have, if you love the game, I think he loves the game basketball. But I just felt like at that moment, I don't think he was all in. Because I feel like it was probably a lot of players that didn't want to take the vaccine. But it's like, bro, we have this number one goal. You got to do what we got to do. Because, for example, like, let's hypothetically say we got to go to New York. Let's just say for this podcast, bro, let's just say hypothetically ESPN wants to use our podcast and put on ESPN. Both of us have to be there. Both of us. And you don't have the vaccine. Now, mind you, they need both of us. And this is a big opportunity. Yes, money, I get it. But this is a big opportunity for us. I don't know. I don't know what your choice is. But I feel like, man, if we want to do this and take this to, say, the next level, you might have to make the sacrifice. Not you. I'm just saying in general. I'm just using hypothetical. Sometimes you just might have to do that, bro. If it's an opportunity like this and we know we have a chance, you got to do what you got to do, bro. That's just how I feel. I have no problem with him not taking it. And then he was talking about Steve Nash. He said Steve Nash wasn't like his choice. He said him and Steve Nash were like, no, he said KD wanted Nash, but he didn't want Nash, and he just was there. Because remember, he said that we didn't need a coach. That was one of the craziest things he's ever said. Yeah. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah.
I remember you was sticking up for that man about that. And you said that was okay for him saying that. That was crazy.
They didn't need Steve
bro.
Nash.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Well, him saying they don't need a coach, that was OD. But they did not need Steve Nash, bro. Steve Nash was a rookie head coach. And on top of that, you got James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. What more? You don't need to coach them. They can literally coach themselves.
I get that part. But you was cool with him saying that, though. That was crazy. He said that on the podcast. You don't say that. You don't say that. That was crazy. I guarantee you ain't saying that about Jason Kidd.
That's because I feel like Jason Kidd is a better head coach than Steve Nash. Well, he is this better head coach. He still has a job.
He said Kenny Atkinson wasn't rocking with him.
Who, Kyrie?
He said that. He said Kenny. And Kyrie spoke a lot on that stream. He spoke a lot. He said Kenny Atkinson wasn't messing with him. And then he said him and Kevin Durant ain't got no beef or whatever. But he was just saying, like, everybody wasn't committed or whatever. Like I said. Now, James Harden, like I said, I don't kind of blame James Harden because Kyrie, you ain't committed. Kevin Durant is hurt. What we doing? Like, what we doing? I ain't winning with this. So I don't blame James Harden. But, man, I swear to God, still to this day, they would have won if Kevin Durant foot ain't on that line. I swear to God, they win. And I truly believe it. Because they smoked the Hawks. They smoking them. They are smoking them. They probably beat them in 5, and I think they beat the Suns in the finals. I believe they beat them.
Because I think Kyrie would end up coming back too.
He would have came back. Now, James Harden, I don't know how that hamstring is. Because remember, he was out there looking terrible in that game 7. He was bad. But he was hurt. I mean, it is what it is, but I think they probably rest him a little bit. But, man, I do believe they win. And a lot of legacies change. Kyrie proves that he don't need Bron to win. Kevin Durant proves he don't need Steph to win. James Harden, his legacy enhances with a ring. Probably some people already think he could be a third best shooting guard ever. He don't even got a ring. Now, if he gets a ring, boy, conversations get nasty.
And then look, they bring a ring to Brooklyn.
I think a ring in New York would have.
That's because New York is bigger, but winning a ring in Brooklyn, that's pretty impressive as well.
Especially a team that really hasn't done nothing, at least in this era. Because I think last time we looked, they won some championships, like the ABA, something like that. But in this era, they had done nothing. So yeah, man. But yeah, let's move on. So, what 5 teams are facing the most pressure going into next season? Bless you, brother.
Thank you. You want to start or want me to start?
I'll start. First team I got the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's not to win a championship. I think the Bucks just have to prove next year that they are a competitive team to try to keep Giannis. I think that's what they have to do. I know this roster looks bad. Did you see that? And did you see that picture on Twitter? They said, put your thumb over Giannis and look at the roster. That roster looks so bad, bro. It looks so bad. So he said, just put your thumb over Giannis and look at the roster. That roster looks bad. I'm not going to lie. But I think they just got to be competitive enough to show Giannis, hey, look, man, next year, the years after, we can try to put better players around you. So let's show you that we are a good team to prove we're not going to win it. They know they ain't win no championship. But let's just prove we are a good team so you can stay longer and be obviously retire as a Buck. We don't want you to leave, but I think that's what the Bucks want to do. They just have to prove they are a decent team next year, especially in the East, to prove to Giannis that you should retire in Milwaukee Bucks.
See him be as garbage. The Blazers are winning it all. I don't know about that one, big dog.
And he got Chilltown face. He got Chilltown as his profile picture. The Blazers, yeah, brother.
One of the teams that I got, the Detroit Pistons. I think that the Detroit Pistons are under a lot of pressure next season to prove that they can repeat their success. That it wasn't just a 1 year fluke. I think they can do it, but they have to prove it to everybody else. Not only is the East weaker, you've gotten better, got a little bit better. So yeah, I think that the Detroit Pistons are on a lot of pressure. Can Cade Cunningham repeat his success? Everyone is saying that he's an upcoming superstar. Can he prove that again next year and be consistent?
If the Pistons, if they're a play-in team and they get smacked and they get out the play-in, is that a failure of a season for them?
Yes. I think in order to have a successful season, you have to make it back to the playoffs. I feel like it's a successful season. Whoever you play in the first round, if you guys lose in the first round, you have to go 7. Okay, but they have to make it to the second round next year. I think next year they have to get even better.
It was a report. Well, NBA Central. Somebody said that Jaden Ivey would have played in that series, they would have won. They would have beaten the Knicks.
The thing with Jaden Ivey is he's so inconsistent. We don't know what Jaden Ivey we're going to get. Are we going to get the Jaden Ivey that's turnover prone, that takes wild shots, that's missing his threes, or are we going to get the Purdue Jaden Ivey that we seen? So,
man,
I don't know.
That guy was a dog. He was getting the John Morant comparisons, and he was playing like John Morant for a minute, though. They said Cam Thomas is the Pistons are the favorites to land Cam Thomas if he doesn't go back to Brooklyn.
I like that. Hell yeah, I like that. Low key, I would trade Jaden Ivey and low key start him. Not gonna lie.
Cam Thomas?
I think Cam Thomas is a starter in this league. He's a really good shooter, tough shot maker. If they would have had him, I think they would have beat the Knicks for sure.
Cam Thomas, the needle mover.
Cam Thomas is a really good player. People sleep on Cam Thomas. Like I said, he's a tough shot maker. He's a really good shooter. Only thing is his defense. That's really it. But as long as you play team defense, you're good.
I was arguing with some Nets fan on Twitter like a couple of days ago, and he was because I think it was that tweet when somebody said about like Cam Thomas, how like long story short, basically empty stats guy. That's basically what the quote said. And I said outside of like scoring, like what can really Cam Thomas do? Then some dude quoted me and he was like, "Oh, Cam Thomas, he can do this and this and this, yada yada yada." And like, because I was like, he doesn't really pass the ball like that. And I'm gonna say this, Buddy was right because when he said that Cam Thomas, mind you, he's a Nets fan because it said it in his bio. He said that when he watched the Brooklyn Nets, he said that Cam Thomas could have averaged 6 assists last year if his teammates would have started making shots. And I looked it up. It's a stat that does say Cam Thomas' potential assists. He could have averaged 6 last year. So he was right. I give him his credit. He was right. Because Cam Thomas only averaged like 3 assists.
Yeah, that team was, he had the ball in his hands a lot. He better have averaged 6 assists.
That was potential.
But yeah,
assists.
Yeah, he's not really a point guard. Like he's more so of a scorer. He can pass a little bit, but he's not the best passer. He's legit just in my eyes just a scorer.
I would say another team. I say the Grizzlies. Look, man. Oh my God, I was arguing with some Grizzlies dude on YouTube in the YouTube comments. Oh God, bro. Some dude damn near threatened me, low key. But the Grizzlies, bro. I'll show you those comments. But the Grizzlies, I think they gotta show like, this is the year that we could make it far. I'm not saying they go win, but just make it far. Ja Morant has to show that he can just stay healthy. I feel like he hasn't stayed healthy the last couple of years. He's been in and out the lineup. Now there's no Desmond Bane. Jaren Jackson has the foot injury. He might be coming back before the season starts. Zach Edey has the ankle injury. So Ja Morant has a lot to prove, but just the Grizzlies in general. You sign Ty Jerome, sign back Salty Aldama. This team has a lot to prove, and they got to prove, can they get back to one of those top teams in the West? I don't think they are, but they got to prove something. Like, they're on a lot of pressure because you have to figure out, can Ja Morant be my guy? Is he the guy I can win a championship as the number one guy? And for me personally, I don't think he is. I don't think he can be the number one guy. I think he'd be number two, but I don't think he'd be number one. So the Grizzlies are on a lot of pressure this year to just be a better team and maybe just make it farther in the playoffs.
Another team that I got, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You get everyone back healthy. You got a better bench. You sign Lonzo, you sign Larry Nance. So there's literally no excuse for you guys. Every hole has been filled. You can literally go like damn near 9-10 deep. So you guys have no excuses. And I feel like you guys got eliminated against the Pacers, who everybody thought you should have beaten. And so now you're going into next year in the weaker East. So you guys have to at least make the Eastern Conference Finals. You have to, and I feel like they're one of the teams, one of my teams that's under the most pressure heading into this next season.
Hey, Donovan Mitchell, but Shaw, he got Coco Jones, man. He married to her now.
He getting married,
yeah. He got to win two. He could get 2 rings, man, if he do what he's supposed to do. Man, got Coco. That's crazy. But another team that I think is under pressure. Honestly, this could be a combined both. Would you say the Pelicans are under some pressure? I think they kind of are to a degree.
Yeah. I think they do have pressure on them.
Because for me, I feel like, well, it's really Zion, but I feel like this team, like, they got a lot of talent on this team, and they got a lot of pressure. Can they just stay healthy, bro? Derek Queen is already hurt.
Yeah, with his wrist.
Come on, bro. Yeah, with his wrist, and he gonna be out. I think what did it say, like almost 12 weeks. So he ain't coming back to close to like maybe like late October, November-ish, like something around there. Yeah. So like you already lost Derek Queen. Can Zion stay healthy? Trey Murphy, good. Jordan Poole, like they're under a lot of pressure just to be another good team. DeJounte's out until what? Probably like February. He's going to be out. Like, the Pelicans are under a lot of pressure just to be a good team because there's a lot of talent on this team, and they just been hampered by injuries, man. The injuries have hurt them because they got too many good players to be bad team, especially with 21 wins.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're definitely under pressure, too. Can you guys make the playoffs? Because we have not seen, besides them playing games, we have not seen Zion in the playoffs at all.
We haven't.
Another team that I got, the New York Knicks. You guys got a new coach. You got bench depth. And you guys lost to the Pacers. And people thought that you should have beaten the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now the East is hobbled. You guys have no excuses because last year it was Tibbs just playing us too much. Now you got guys that can come relieve Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG. You actually have bench depth now. So what do you got? So now there's no excuses for you guys. So if you guys get bounced in the first round, that's unacceptable. If you get guys getting bounced in the second round, it's unacceptable. It's literally Eastern Conference Finals or bust.
They gotta go to the finals, low-key. That team is good, especially with the additions they made. There's a lot of pressure on them boys, bro. That's a good team. But another team I would say that's under some pressure. Well, you said I had Cavs and Knicks, but I would say I would say the I kind of would say the I give the Rockets. I put the Rockets. I think it's this is your time because you basically just skipped the timeline. Y'all had all the young players. You basically said forget the timeline. We just gonna try and go win a championship while we have Kevin Durant. We re-signed Fred VanVleet, signed Dorian Finney-Smith. They signed all these veteran players on this team. So you see that they're going all to win a championship. Kevin Durant, this is his time to win a ring. If he wins a ring this year or next year, I think everything's thrown out the window about him. I think he can show that, hey, I can go to a team and I'm the best player. We can win. It's a lot of pressure on y'all to do something this year. If y'all lose in the conference finals, I think it won't be that bad, but y'all can't get smacked. If it's competitive and y'all lose, that's fine. But if you guys have a lot of pressure with the moves y'all made and basically forgetting about the time, the Rockets have a lot of pressure to get it done this year.
Hey, if Kevin Durant wins a title with the Houston Rockets, is he top 10 all time?
He might be. Well, I mean, you already had some people in there out of him. You have Bill Russell. I mean, you got Bill Russell the top 10 anyway. So, I mean, yeah, he could fight. Because, I mean, yeah, I think he can fight. I think he can be in the top 10. I think he can. Yeah.
My next team I got, like Francisco said, the 76ers. You
Okay.
guys are definitely under pressure. Bro, you guys cannot stay healthy. They had several good teams from Jimmy to Ben. Now you got PG and Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey, and they've had several good teams, but they can never go far. So now you guys are under a lot of pressure. So can you stay healthy? Can you guys at least make it to the second Eastern Conference Finals? Like, what are we doing here? And I feel like if these guys don't make the playoffs, or if Joel Embiid isn't healthy, or if PG isn't healthy, they blowing it up. They blowing it up. Because at this point, the process has been a failure. This PG trade, failure. So there's no point in even keeping you guys around no more. Let's blow it up, rebuild, and fight again for these next couple of years.
Somebody said that by the end of the year, VJ would be the second best player on the team. You believe that?
Mm. I guess they thinking they're gonna trade Joel Embiid and PG then. Or
Well,
either that, or they're gonna be
well,
hurt.
yeah, basically, like it depends on obviously Joel if he's hurt or whatever. But they said it was, I guess, an anonymous GM or something or executive. They said that VJ by the end of the year would be the second best player on the team.
I mean, he's still a rookie. We got to see how he plays against actual NBA competition. Because you still got Tyrese Maxey, of course, and then
Yeah.
if PG is healthy, PG. I don't think he's better than. I don't think he's better than Jared McCain right now. Only because Jared McCain, he had a hell of a rookie year and he played really well. And he has more experience than him right now. That's the only reason why I put Jared McCain over him, because of the experience.
And the last team I got, I would say the Denver Nuggets. I think this is a year, man. Last year, you guys lost in a competitive 7 games with the Thunder, but this time y'all fortified that bench. Y'all that bench is really good now. You got the best player in the world. So some people, Jamal Murray, Jokic Merchant, but he's still a good player. He's still a good player. They got a really good team, man. And now y'all got a team that could possibly beat the OKC Thunder, beat the Rockets, etc. And y'all gotta make it far. Like y'all been bouncing the second round twice by the damn near the same team. Like the Timberwolves the first couple of times, and then here we are with the Thunder. So y'all gotta it's y'all time like to make it farther in the playoffs. Like Jokic is too great to not make it only make it far really one time, like in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So it's some pressure on the Nuggets.
My last team is the Clippers. Just like the Cavs and the Knicks, you guys have no holes. You guys are stacked. Literally, you like we said earlier, they have like a legit 11 player rotation damn near. You literally have damn near 2 starting 5s. You guys, even though Kawhi isn't the healthiest, James Harden in some people's eyes is a playoff flopper. Uh, you got a good coach in Ty Lue. The defense was ranked high last year. So there's no excuses for you guys either. It's either conference finals, or bust for you guys too.
So before we get to the D Wade thing, the Athletic came out with a power rankings. It's a summer edition. We're not gonna do the whole thing. I just want to do the top 10. I want to ask you, like, do you agree with like these top 10 teams, like as the power rankings? Mind you, this is just summer edition. So for the first team at number 10, they have the Detroit Pistons.
Pistons, okay.
At number 9, they have the Golden State Warriors. At number 8, they got the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
At number 7, they got the LA Clippers. At number 6, they got the Houston Rockets. At number 5, they got the Denver Nuggets. At number 4, they got the Timberwolves. At number 3, they got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah. At number 2, they got the New York Knicks. And at number 1, they got the OKC Thunder.
Well, nah, bro, I don't agree with this shit. I don't agree with this shit at all. Like they got the T-Wolves 4.
They got T-Wolves number 4.
I don't even think the T-Wolves are a top, like overall in the league, a top 10 team.
You don't think so?
Magic,
you don't think they top
10? They probably like 15 for sure, but no, I don't think top 10. The Magic, we don't even know what they're gonna look like. We don't even know if all this is going to, on paper it looks well, but we don't know if it's going to actually work. Because the same thing with Phoenix. Phoenix got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, KD. We thought that was going to work. That didn't work. So we don't even know what the Magic going to look like. The Warriors have not made any offseason moves at all. Their team has not gotten better.
They're the only team that hasn't made a move.
And they know they need a big, bro. You gonna rely on Quentin Post? That's who you relying on.
They said that they're waiting to figure out the Kuminga situation, but they said the reports are saying they have like the deal, handshake agreement. I say handshake agreement. The handshake agreement of DeAnthony Melton and Al Horford. They're just waiting on the Kuminga situation. That's what they're waiting on. But they're the only team that haven't made moves.
Yeah, but right now they're not a whatchamacall, bro. They're not a top 10 team in the league. And then the Pistons. I love my Pistons, but I don't think the Pistons are a top. I'm not sure. I don't think they're a top 10 team either, bro.
Yeah, I was shocked that the Pistons were here. I'm not gonna lie. I was very shocked. I think the top 3 is cool. The Timberwolves. Yeah. Well, last year's ranking, the Timberwolves were at 4. The Nuggets were at 5 this year. They were 6 last year. And tier 2, they got tier 2 has the Rockets, the Clippers, the Magic. Then in tier 3, that's where you got the Warriors, the Pistons, then the Lakers. Like they have them in there.
Like, to be honest, I feel like, not in any order, but the Mavericks, we forgetting about the Mavericks. The Clippers, of course, the Nuggets, the Rockets, OKC, that's 5 right there. Cavs, Knicks, what's that, 7?
Yeah.
I said T was already, didn't I?
I think so.
Well, let me talk. Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, T-Wolves, Mavericks. 6. Mavericks is 7. Cavs, Knicks, and if the Sixers are healthy, Sixers. But if not, you could pick between Detroit, Magic, the Hawks, maybe. Yeah. So, but I wouldn't have put the Pistons in there for sure.
If Jokic wins another one, he's top 10 all time, or at least top 13 lock. Because I think in the top 10, I think he's at like 17 when we did the list last week. If he wins another ring, I think he's top 10. I do think he's at least 10. At least he'll be right there at 10. Or I think he can. You know what? I'll put him at 13. I think 13 is a good thing, a good spot where he's at Francisco if he does win another ring. Because you have 3 MVPs, 2 rings, most
Two
likely 2
rings.
finals MVPs, all probably
Mhm.
most likely another all NBA, all-star, all that. Yeah. Like he will be there. He'll be there. Man, I
Yeah,
can't
I give
wait
him
to
top
upload.
15 for sure.
Man, I feel like the Steph one, man, that was the outrage, bro. Like, because when I look at it, bro, like Steph just not better than Kobe. Like, just a player.
No.
He's not better than him. He's just not.
He impact the game more. He impact the game of basketball more than Kobe did because we're in the Steph Curry era now. Nothing but threes and layups.
But Kobe still got the 5 rings. He still got 2 finals MVPs. Like, he still has all that.
Hmm.
It, I can't put Kobe. I can't put Steph up. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I can't do that, bro. Like that is crazy. Hey, Francisco, where do you rank Manu, bro? Because Charles last week said Manu shouldn't even be on the list. That I just disagree. I ain't gonna say it's crazy. I just disagree.
Top
I just
100
disagree.
all time though.
Manu is one of the best. He was one of the best shooting guards in the league. Yes, yes. Like Manu should be on there, bro. Because where was he at? Was he like in the 70 range? I think, if I remember.
Mono. He was 75.
Yeah, like I said, maybe lower it, but yes, he deserves to be in there, bro. Manu was cold. Manu was cold. If he look, man, he decided to go on the bench, bro. People saying, man, if Manu went on his OT, he'd be averaging like 20 plus points. But he was on the Spurs. He went to the bench and was giving you what, like 13, 15 points per game. He was cold. Man, the Manu disrespect is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, he averaged 13.
He was good, especially back then. He was a good player, bro. Like, bro, come on, man. Let's get to the D Wade stuff, man. You said that D Wade. What you say about D Wade?
Francisco. Before that, Francisco said he had Manu 90 through 100.
I'm cool with that. You can say it not on the list.
Yeah, I feel like he right outside the top 100. Yeah, I don't think
So
Manu
what,
is.
like 100 like
That's just
six
me.
or something? Like
I'll
106?
say I'll say in like the teens, like 110 and 110s. But yeah, D Wade was saying that if he didn't get injured, that he would be he would be basically in Michael Jordan status. And me personally, I don't agree with that. I don't think he would have been in the Michael Jordan status, but I definitely do think he probably would have been the second best shooting guard all time. Um, because D Wade, I think he injured his knee. He injured his knee in college, and they removed his left meniscus, and his left knee in college. And he said ever since then his career was never the same. And then he dislocated his shoulder and hurt his knee and had surgery on his knee again back in '07. Um, so I think those two, when you get those knee surgeries, they take away from your athleticism. And D Wade I'm not saying one reason you can't put him in the same status as MJ, he was not the same type of athlete MJ was. He was quick as hell. D Wade was really talented, but no one was like MJ, bro. But like I said, if he didn't get those knee surgeries, I definitely think he would have been the second best shooting guard of all time.
If we look at shooting guards, right? Just the shooting guards. Was D Wade probably not the second best athlete out of the shooting guards?
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah,
Because I think he was a better athlete than Kobe.
then
I
Kobe.
ain't gonna say he
Yeah.
was better, but I think he was a better athlete. Because Wade
Hmm.
could get up. One of probably the best shot blocking guard ever. You can argue it.
Yep,
He's definitely up there, but at least top 4, top 2, whatever. He's definitely
bro.
up
His
there.
nickname is the Flash.
No, for
That's his
real though.
nickname.
And could he have passed Kobe if he man, I feel like we was robbed of like a legit, like a lot of
D
peak years
Wade.
away. Wade was
Yeah,
cold, bro. And I saw somebody that
and then
said, man, if Wade had like better peak years and the injuries, man, he said they put him in like he's himself. He said he put D Wade top 10 of all time.
And then, bro, think about that year. That first year that Shaq got that. I think that was his sophomore year.
Man, he was
They
carrying Shaq.
did they make it to the Eastern I think they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, didn't they? Let me see real quick. Where's the game? That schedule is yeah, I think they made it to like the Eastern Conference Finals, and they went against the Detroit. They took Detroit to 7, but D Wade got injured in that series. He it was like a rib injury. He missed game 6, and then he played bad in game 7. Um, so if D Wade didn't get injured in that series, they would have went to the finals. And who knows if they would have won that year? Because that year D Wade was averaging 27, I think, and that's in his sophomore year. You know, he was averaging 24. He was averaging 24, 6 and 5, and then that year they won, he was averaging 27, 6 and 5. You know what I mean? And then the year after that, he averaged 27 again. And then I think that's the year that he no, he got injured that following year, that 07, 08 year. So it's like if D Wade didn't get injured, D Wade was on a tear, bro, because he was, like you said, he's damn near the best shot blocking guard. He was quick as hell. He was clutch. I think they said D Wade has about like I think 5 or 6 buzzer beaters in his career, or like 7 or something like that. So he was I think the highest is like 9 with MJ, and then it's like 8 is Bron and Kobe or something like that. But D Wade was clutch. He was quick as hell. He was low key unguardable, bro. You cannot guard that man.
Every time I think of D Wade, I think of that dunk on Verjao, bro.
Yeah,
It's one of the nastiest dunk I ever seen in my life.
bro. He was his whole career.
Wade was giving you 24, 27, 27, 24, 30, 26, 25. I feel like he could have had way more better years than that.
Yes.
I think, especially even when he was playing with Bron, maybe the years before that, we probably could have gotten we could have seen at least probably 3 more years of say 30. He only gave us 30 one time technically. So we were robbed of Wade peak years. But to say now MJ status, I wouldn't agree. Could he have gotten there? I don't know. We will never know. But could he gotten, like you said, to Kobe status? Yeah. There's a chance. There is a chance. But man, look, Kobe was him.
Yeah, shit. Kobe definitely was him. Shit, I feel like at one point in time, like D Wade was playing better than Kobe. Shit, they matched up against each other. They matched up against each other 20 times. D Wade record is 11-9. You know what I mean? So he's got the upper hand on Kobe. In those 20 games.
And then even in the playoffs when he won the finals, bro, he was carrying Shaq, bro. He carried Shaq.
Carrying, bro.
What was that year?
Look, like I said, if he didn't get injured his second year, they damn near would have won that year too. They would have damn near went back to back.
Bro.
But the problem with Wade, he could never stay healthy, bro. He could never stay healthy. And he was saying in an interview like that that surgery that he got in college on his knee, that changed his whole trajectory, because after that his knee was never the same. He always had knee pains. He was saying that he felt like he should have just, rested and into the draft after that, or kept moving after that. He shouldn't have got that surgery. Well, he shouldn't have rushed back from that surgery.
Wade was a dog, bro. Hey man, but so with Wade doing that, you think if James Harden won the ring, he could pass him?
No. Don't get me wrong, James Harden is cold. I don't think James Harden is a better basketball player than Dwayne Wade. Because Dwayne Wade could pass, he could rebound. Don't get me wrong, James Harden, and a better defender. James is a better scorer, don't get me wrong. And he had some triple doubles. But I think all around, overall, Dwayne Wade's the better player than James Harden.
Bro, that year, that finals MVP year, bro, Wade was giving you 28, 6. Man, he was carrying Shaq, bro. Shaq wasn't doing nothing really, man. He was carrying him. And before we leave, I know Kyrie Irving is your dog. That's your boy. You think Jason Tatum is a better player than him?
All around, yes, because Jason Tatum can rebound. He can pass. Obviously he can score. Um, he's a better defender. All around, yeah, I'll say Jason Tatum's a better basketball player than Kyrie.
Because I was watching somebody react to the top 100 list, and they kind of had him like above Kyrie Irving. I just think like you were saying all in video because I'm still editing, taking the clips. Man. Jason Tatum is better than a lot of these players on this list, bro.
A
It's a lot
lot
of
of
better.
them,
He
bro.
should be high. I still
Is
think he's
Jason
better
Tatum
than.
top
I think he's
75?
better than Paul. Who?
Is Jason Tatum top 75? Because if he be on Manu number 75, he better than Manu.
Jason Tatum top 75. If they did a new list right now, like if they did a new
Vince
list,
Carter was 65. Vince Carter was 65. Let's see who else was ahead of him. Dominique Wilkins was 50. Ray Allen 51.
hey, they said that too. They said you say that too. You said that a lot. They said the same thing. They said Tatum is better than Dominique Wilkins. I would
Yes,
put
bro.
Jason Tatum top 75.
Yeah, I think Jason Tatum's top 75.
I put him there. But I think the next time they do it, I think it's probably gonna be a top 100. I think that's gonna be like,
Okay.
you know how they did it in Chicago with the thing. I think it's gonna be the 100 at that time. Jason Tatum will be there. Like he'll be in the hundreds. He'll be there.
Bro, it's crazy. I
years.
was looking at the comments, bro. They was giving me so much slack because I was hating on the older generation, bro. I'm not hating on the older generation. I appreciate everything that he's done for the game of basketball and the path that they paved for the NBA players. My thing is, as time goes on, they're better players than most of those guys, bro. I'm not saying all those guys didn't deserve to be in there. Some of them did. But majority of their ass need to be out of there, bro.
Who was you on the most? Who you said that should have been out there? Who you said that was tall?
George Mikan. Him? He definitely, that boy was butt.
Come on, man. George Mikan getting a straight, bro.
Doo-doo and his picture should be in the dictionary right next to each other.
That is crazy. If we cut Tatum's career right now, he is barely top 75. But he is. Yeah, we just cut it right now. He's barely.
Yeah.
I agree. Not my CJ, the biggest George Mikan hater. Why do you hate George Mikan? Like, what did George Mikan do?
Bro, the man missed so many layups. They made a drill after that nigga. Like, come on now, dog. Because I just don't like, bro. Don't get me wrong, bro. You 6'10", 7 foot. You missing all them layups, bro. If who's a 7 footer that's low? Like Rudy Gobert. Gobert can't hit a layup to save his motherfucking life, bro. But he's shooting better from the field than George Mikan. Like if Rudy Gobert did the same shit George Mikan did, I guarantee you they'd be dogging him. I guarantee it they'd be dogging him. They already dog him right now.
What do you think Rudy Gobert be practicing in the offseason? I'm serious. I'm asking. I'm dead serious. I'm asking. I'm serious. I'm asking. I'm for real. I'm dead serious.
His English? Nothing, shit. Because he obviously don't get no better every single year.
Hey, man. Hey, before we leave, once Ben Simmons signed with the team, I'm putting him in my list. They said he's supposed to sign with the team next week. I'm putting him
as
in
a
my
ride or die.
Yes.
They say he might go to the Kings.
You like that?
Not really. If I'm being honest, no, not really.
It said the Celtics.
I mean, but I get it.
It says Celtics, Knicks, Warriors, Phoenix. I like him better on Phoenix than the Kings.
Yeah, I say Phoenix. Yeah, I like him on Phoenix. That was all the teams though.
Celtics, Warriors, Knicks. Majority of those teams. I mean, the Celtics, if they don't have nobody, so he'll get some run. It's just, will he score? Will he just score the ball?
No.
Like, I mean, man, bro, I believe Ben Simmons can give me 10. I believe it, bro. I believe he can give me 10 points. You too damn tall, not give me 10.
I like him on the Warriors too. If he goes to the Warriors, they would definitely start him at center, bro. Because he's like 6'10". He's like, yes, he's like 6'10". He's strong as hell. He's 6'10", like 250, 260. He's strong as hell. Like, don't get me wrong, he can't lock up no Jokic or Joel Embiid, any other of these good centers that's in the league. But for the majority of the part, it's probably about 2 to 3 really good dominant scoring bigs in the league. Jokic, Joel Embiid, and who else? Them the only two I can think off the top of my head right now. But other than that, who do you really have to worry about?
On the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Al Horford.
Who would Ben Simmons? I'm saying, like, who would Ben Simmons have to worry about going against besides Joel Embiid and Jokic?
Anthony Davis plays the 4 now. If he plays center, Sabonis.
Yeah, okay, well, them 3. Because I think he could hold his own against Sengun. Because Ben Simmons is still good defensively. It's just offensively, he don't give you anything.
Hey, man, we'll see. Okay, last thing, then we're really gonna go. Numbers on the board put out a list of their top 10 players in the NBA when healthy. At number 1, they got Jokic, 2 Giannis, 3 SGA, 4 Tatum, 5 Luka, 6 Joel Embiid, 7 Steph Curry, 8 LeBron, 9 Anthony Edwards, and 10 Kevin Durant.
I ain't mad at that, but I feel like Joel Embiid should be higher.
I think when healthy, Joel Embiid is like number 4, and I think Luka should be high too.
I think I put Joel over Giannis. I think Joel is more dominant than Giannis.
Me personally, Luka better than SGA. I think we're forgetting.
We are.
I think people are forgetting because Luka had like a down year this year, and then kind of SGA been going crazy a little bit. He won the MVP this year, but then was going good last year, like the past couple of years. But let's be honest. Luka's just been better than SGA. He's just a better player. I'm sorry. He's just a better player than him. Like, we're forgetting about peak Luka. Bro, Luka ain't even reached his peak. Forget that. Like, Luka's a dog, bro. Like, we're forgetting. He's better than SGA. He's better than him.
Do you see SGA getting better than this? Because I low-key don't see him getting no better than this.
You think he reached his peak?
I don't think he's reached his peak, but I think he's really close to his peak.
I think he could be a better passer. He's tall enough to be a better rebounder. I mean, how much more scoring? Like, I can see SGA giving me like 35 points at one point. Like, I can see him doing that. But, man, we've both seen Luka. I've seen a down year Luka. Damn, bro, last year Luka was giving you 28, 8, 8 in a down year, technically. Those are people's career highs.
Yep.
I'm like, for real, though. And look, Tatum 4, I get that. But Tatum ain't better than Luka. He not. Luka's better than him. Like, he ain't better than Joel. Like, when the healthy Joel Embiid is dominant, bro. Like, bro, man be giving you 30, damn near like 33, 12, and like 4 assists in a block. Like, come on. We're forgetting about that. We are forgetting about that. Idea for the podcast: take the NBA top 75 2021 list, and we add 25 players to round up the top 100. Take into account the snubs, also the current players, like predicting some careers. It's not a bad idea. I look at that over.
That's not bad though.
That's not a bad idea. But that is it for the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms at Full Court Entertainment Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to our videos, man. We've been doing good on all our videos and shorts and all that. Run this video up, man. And shout out to you guys for always coming to chat saying anything and just popping up in there. Shout out to Francisco. He always comes to the chat. He may not stay for the whole thing, but he always pops in at least once. He pops in all the time. So shout out to Francisco, man. Always doing what
Appreciate you,
he's
big
supposed to
dog.
do, man. We appreciate you a lot, man. Again, we will not be live next week. Charles is going on vacation. I'm going to be chilling, minding my business. So we will be back on August 7th for a full episode. If some breaking news breaks, I'll make a video of it, but a full episode, not one next week. But we will see you guys next time, man. Enjoy a 2-week break, man. We are out of here. Oh, my bad. Make sure you guys, if you like on the audio platforms, we are on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to listen to the audio version, but that is it. We will see you guys, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. See y'all later.